Hi, me again. My name is Danny Era, and if we haven't met yet, hi, nice to meet you. Please subscribe if you want to learn more about rave culture and why we love this, why we love electronic dance music, and what it means to us. I run a podcast and we talk about how people found raving, what it means to them, and all the good things that it's brought to their life. So, if you want more of that, hit me up. And if you are a raver and you want to be interviewed, let me know. A lot's happened. It's taken me 99,000 times to get this video out, and hopefully, this is the last take. I have a co host in the background. His name is Bruce, so he's taking a little nap on his lunch break. So we'll just leave him be. But yeah, I've been extremely sick. I went to the urgent care, negative for COVID, and positive for good vibes. Just kidding. I was positive for an upper respiratory infection, and I haven't been feeling great and couldn't really breathe. So I'm glad I went, and they got me on some meds and some steroids, and I have an inhaler, which has been really helpful. Also, the doctor said my lungs look really great, and I've been vaping for a long time, so that made me feel good. I don't need the inhaler full time. It's just like right now during this whole thing. So, if you hear me like, I'm fine. Like, I just have talked too long without taking a breath. I'm excited. I'm refreshed. Cleaned my studio, rearranged it, got my new mic set up. And today's the first day I've put on makeup in 6 days. And I'm just excited to start like feeling better, working on more content. And that's my goal. So, the point of this video is to touch on season 3 of my podcast is going to air in just a couple of days here. We'll have probably 5 to 6 episodes. Right now we have 5. There might be a 6th. Currently calling it Toxic Summer, but I don't want to call it that because it's not toxic. They're like actual events that have happened in the last 7 months that people have experienced. And I talked about like toxic positivity. And if we only like share the good stuff, it's not like really helping us in any capacity. So, as much as I don't want to put any of this out, it is important. They are real stories and they unfortunately really happen. So, hopefully, this is the last time we ever have to do a toxic summer and get back to my regular scheduled programming of interviews and meeting people and getting the goosebumps every time I talk to somebody because um, the magic of music and raves and our community is something you can't describe. You can describe it, but you can't understand it unless you've been there. So I want to get back to that, and I have a lot of fun stuff, a lot of ideas I want to do. I'm just feeling inspired, excited, and I can't wait to feel better so I can like jump into all of that creativity and just do my thing. So with that, some of the episodes will include a lot of sensitive topics, and I will preface each episode with trigger warnings in the episode notes, and those will also I'll put them all in the season, but per episode I will also highlight like what we're going to talk about that might be upsetting or uncomfortable for some people because it's a lot. It's very heavy and don't want to get anybody listening into something and being like, "Oh, wow, okay, yeah, so we're not doing that. I'm also going to like set a schedule for myself instead of just like all day, every day, because it is a lot of like, it's just a lot to take in and feel and empathize. So just to watch out for like my own mental health, I'm just going to take it slowly and kind of know my limits, which is something I struggle with. And if anyone wants to help me edit, let me know. I would love to. I would love for you to let me know. Help me. Episode 1 will be Okeechobee. There's a tragedy that happened this past March, so March 2023, and we'll be covering that. There's about 5 people, 6 maybe, that are their stories that I've had for 7 months now. Well, five and a half, whatever. I'm just getting everything out at once. So there's 5 people who tell their experience of being at the festival. I also have some notes that were shared with me to be put out from the family and friends. of the gentleman who lost his life. I really want to do that, and we didn't forget. I didn't forget. So I'm happy that they trusted me to like get those messages out, and yeah. So more to come on that. We'll talk about EDC for 2 episodes, and we'll talk about some attendees experience, and we'll also have an episode that talks about someone who was hired to work at the sky deck at main stage and some stuff that was going on behind the scenes. So kind of blew my mind. I need some clearance on that one, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 98% sure it'll be a go. I mean, it's already like filmed. It's just there was some stuff that had to happen before it could be public. If not, I'll just save it and we'll do it when we can. The last part of this season will cover Beyond Gorge, Pacific Northwest. Beyond Wonderland, Pacific Northwest at the Gorge in George, Washington. Like, can you guys not have that name? It's just so much. It's too long. We should have called it like something else, like not Beyond Wonderland, like whatever else you wanted to call it. Anyways, interesting. I interviewed someone who was going to be attending the Gorge, and that's my typical format for my podcast. I'll typically release an episode featuring a raver and what they love about raving, etc., plus some details about the festival that they're going to. And I release it a few days before the festival starts so people can listen to it and enjoy and get excited for the festival. And maybe it'll give them like a little like insider tip, or maybe they forgot something and it reminds them. I don't know, but that just works, and that's what I do. For whatever reason, I have this completely edited. I have it uploaded on my YouTube channel, and I preview it with the person that I interviewed. I woke up the next day and just decided not to post it. I've never done that before. Don't know why that happened, but that's what happened. I didn't forget. I made the decision not to. A few days later, we learned that there's an active shooter at this festival in the campgrounds, and yeah. So it's really interesting, and I'm gonna have to like play around with how I present it, because I want to tell both stories with like the before and after, because I interviewed the same person, and I'll tell you right now that the person I interviewed, in a few days like difference with that event happening, they're like everything's completely different, and it sucks, and I wish that like none of that ever happened. So that one's gonna be tricky. I'm gonna work on it. I have both the interviews. I just gotta get help editing and help myself edit and do all of that. So I hope to wrap up this season with an interview with the Pink Bow Foundation. The Pink Bow Foundation was started after the family had lost a loved one at Astroworld 2021. And they are working towards providing safe spaces at festivals for people to have a chill spot and maybe just express if they're like overwhelmed. I believe they're going to have like a professional, someone who is either like a counselor or they deal with like mental health at these spaces. And I think that is the main difference between like the Oasis, which is at Insomniac events, most of them I'm pretty sure, but it's just a resource on site that if you are having some sort of issue and you need a spot to be, or you need someone to talk to, or you like you just have you have it there. You might not ever use it, but if you need it, it's there. So I love what they're doing. They just did their first event 2 weekends ago now. I've kind of lost track of time because of my sickness, so I've been like off schedule. So it might have been a week, it might have been 2 weeks ago, but they just did their first safe space, and I'm excited to hear how that went for them and all the feedback that they have got. I know they are working on bigger stuff too, as far as like policy change and advocating for safety at all festivals. So I know that that has been a big topic of discussion in the EDM community and every festival everywhere in every genre, every concert, every show. Like, I've said it online on my TikTok or Instagram, whatever, that like we all deserve to come home safely. You know, we just want to go enjoy a night with our friends. So we all deserve to make it back. With that, I hope that toxic summer is over and done with forever. I hope we never have to do that again. Let me know what you think. This could be a terrible idea, but sometimes doing like the right thing isn't always the most fun. It's the reality. So I want to be authentic. I want to be genuine. And if this is really what's going on in our community, I believe it needs to be shared. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe if you have not yet. I'm definitely trying to grow this channel, and thanks for being my friend. Sending you love and vibes, and I'm out.